I left for DR since that day with my wife, and I came back and I see that everything remains the same. Because I remember the first 3 days after the earthquake, I found myself sleeping right across in my next door neighbor's house. His house didn't get completely destroyed. Hey. Good to see you again. Actually, this is where, after that earthquake, we all been staying at. And it turned out to be one of the 3 camps we have here. This was the first erected, organized camp. We're in here, we even have access to the internet. We managed to get on the net, make long distance calls. And at night, we managed to find a place to stay and sleep. It's called survival.
Basically, this is an internet cafe. At the time, people had needed to call their relative in the state or elsewhere in the world. What I did is I took whatever equipment that I had left that I could save, so I basically took them and I brought them here. There's a generator right there in the back. So in case the inverter battery failed, so I could always start the car for an hour or 2, so it kind of recharged the battery. And from there, I get it from the power inverter. And if the inverter battery didn't get enough charge, then I would put in the car, I would start the car, and I would plug everything in a single battery that keep me going.
We're living with the little bit we got left from what we had before, and we're just sitting tight, hoping that things, will get better. Every house sees, every single house, I mean, all the houses that used to be in this neighborhood, it's either they all fell down, and even those that seemingly, that look like, nothing had happened to them, you got to see inside or the back of them, and you will realize that, there is no survivor as far as the houses are concerned.
I was standing right here when the earth started shaking, and then I looked down and I looked up for the truck. So there were no truck. I said, uh-oh, earthquake, and I ran right in the middle of the street while the earth was still shaking, and this fell down.
This is the front of the school where I believe until now there are some students upstairs.
There was a guy that was still alive. We pulled him right here. Apparently he was stuck right there. So we pulled him, we gave him food. Not a scratch.
Not a scratch, but it was just cut in between, the rubble. Now, this is a clinic. That gives you an idea. I mean, this is like the 3rd floor of that school I was showing you guys that fell here. The lady, she actually lives in the States. And from time to time, she'd come here to Port-au-Prince, to see how the house is like, to collect the rent, because she had a lot of people to whom she rented. I was working on the computer, and she passed by and said hi to me. I just said hi. She says, you must get up and come and kiss me, because I'm like your mom. I'm like, okay, so I got up and went and kissed her. That's the last kiss I will ever give to her, because like 5 minutes later, she had just gotten back into the house, and I was watching the house collapsing. Until now, we have not even been able to pull her from the rubble. Her brother that came here was doing some work in trying to pull her out of there. They found the body, but the body was cut underneath of like a pile of debris, that when they tried to pull her out, I believe it's just one arm of hers that came out and a leg. Whatever else, that was left from her is steel. It's been Haitians helping out Haitians, because we're the ones that went inside the house, despite the bad smell, despite the risks and everything, but we felt like at least they deserve to be buried. Now, the first floor is what you cannot see. And that's where the American citizen lost his life, both him and his wife. And we dug, we made the hole right here.
In American.
And we threw both him and his wife in there. Okay? It was a... Now guys, when you look at this, one has to wonder, how did these people make it out of there, alive? That was the only way in and out.
Si moi j'étais en dedans pendant que elle a fait, il a gagné une tête cassée pendant un temps là. Dans mi-temps, gagné un qui est en bas, là où elle a penché fait deux balles et puis courir sorti dehors.
Moun ki te ren lè yo même sorti pied yo cassé. Gen moun pied re cassé qui pas ka marcher sous béki. Mais kay moi. Tout dé a tombé.
Ou même qui j'en fais ou sorti.
Il sorti tout bon Dieu.
Sorti bon Dieu parce que madame t'es couché après ça.
Courir. Il a filmé dans le courir.
You know, I am in DR, but at night, man, I can't sleep really. You know, I don't tell people these things.
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
me myself, I haven't been sleeping well since that night. You know, every day you sleep, you never know when the earth is gonna be shaking. You don't know how long. Basically, 39 seconds change our life forever.
Yeah, forever, forever.
Every aftershocks, I'm getting desperate.
I could understand.
I'm getting desperate because I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I may not have a house anymore.
I don't have a permanent job, but I'm getting by. I find little contracts here and there with my friends. Like, I believe in Haiti, and I believe in the future. And I hope that indeed this will be a turning point where things will start moving in a more positive way than they have been so far.